Hi, my name is Axel, and this is my girlfriend, Aubriana. And we just wanted to make this channel to document for the future and to just have fun. And we don't know what we're doing.
So bear with us, because like most kids, we made YouTube videos for fun when we were younger, but it's obviously a lot different now because
This is more serious.
this is more serious.
And we're just gonna tell you our story of how we started to date and how we met.
So the place where we met at a church that we still attend now, and Axel went to that church since, what did you say it was?
2009.
So he's been attending that church since 2009, and I came there March 13th of 2022. And him and I didn't have an actual conversation or even properly meet each other until April of that year. On Wednesday night during our youth group, our youth pastor had us do an icebreaker. And the icebreaker was just where it was a sheet of paper and it told you, it listed a bunch of hobbies and likes and dislikes that people have, and you could write your name on whichever one applies to you, and then you would have to go around the room and write other people's names and ask them, does this apply to you? Do you like to do this or do you not like to do this? And whoever had the most names on their paper at the end of the night got a prize of some sort. At the end of the night, Axel came up to me and my friend I had at the time, and he asked us for our phone numbers so that we could be added to the youth group chat that they had. He got our phone numbers, and him and I didn't start talking until a month or maybe two after we got each other's numbers. I want to say, if anything, before that, we were maybe doing iMessage games. That was like the top of our communication that we ever had, until we randomly just started texting on Snapchat. And then from then, throughout the year 2022, our conversations, they weren't like
consistent.
They weren't consistent, but we were still having conversations. We would still randomly text, and that was kind of the limit of communication that we had, since we were both in relationships anyway. We weren't really like interested in talking all the time anyways, and we were trying to keep it, and at least for me, I was trying to keep it to a minimum because I was in a relationship at the time and I was trying to respect the person I was with.
Towards the end of 2022, my relationship with the person I was with, we started to drift apart. We just weren't really feeling each other anymore. So we took a break, and then we started dating again in January, and then we officially ended it towards the end of January. And at that time, me and her started to talk more and more.
At the time as well, my relationship also started to fade because of lack of communication and attention in that. So around the same time as his, my relationship began to fail, and around the end of January, like he said, I had sent him a photo on Snapchat of a dog that his family had given mine, and it was kind of an ongoing joke for us to be like, oh, he's my dog, you know, just like messing around with each other. And when I sent him this picture, that was kind of the response I was expecting from him, but instead he was very dry, so I knew something was wrong because we had texted before, so I kind of had an idea of when something was off. And so I asked him what was wrong. He told me that him and his girlfriend had broken up, and I wasn't really the comfort or the shoulder to cry on. I kind of just helped him in the moment. The weekend after that happened, he had texted me asking about like my dad, because it's something that my church does for the men. My dad wasn't there because he was working, and he became close to my dad very quickly before him and I even became close. So he was asking me where my dad was, and that was the day that we started talking and just never stopped.
Yeah. We started talking every day after that. And even calling a few times, right?
Yep.
And then eventually, in the middle of February or the end of February, we finally hung out outside of our church.
And how that happened was we were just briefly at the time. By the way, I wasn't with anyone at this time. I wasn't like hanging out with a guy in a relationship. I had been broken up since early February at this point. This was about middle of February, I'd say, where we were just briefly talking about hanging out outside of church sometime, and I had been to his house before to drop stuff off, so I had an idea of where he lived, and I told him, I think I'm near you. So that day we just ended up walking to each other, and it wasn't anything weird. We were just kind of awkwardly walking together, and then we both went home, and that was that. We hung out a few more times.
We did.
We moved a little fast, okay? I don't necessarily recommend it, but I don't think it's a horrible thing, because here we are now a year later and still together, and I don't think there's anything wrong with our relationship as of now.
And how it evolved.
So that I was the one who asked him out, because obviously he didn't know when I was going to be ready, because I told him I wasn't. So March 23rd of 2023, I asked him.
You said March?
I said
You said May.
May 23rd of 2023, I asked him to be my boyfriend. He said yes, obviously. And we've been together ever since. We're on a year and 3 months now.
Yes, we are.
That is it for our introduction video for this channel that we're making for some reason. And we are going to
Keep on that grind.
No, we don't know what we're gonna film yet. We just know that we want to film, and that's it. We'll figure it out as we go. Again, I don't know what I'm doing at all, so bear with us. And yeah.
There's a bear with us?
There's a bear with us. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
I said bye.
Say it again.
Bye.